All right, here we go. So, just a fair warning. Um, I am feeling like super tired and a little sluggish. But you know what? That's whatever. We're here. We're gonna try our best. And yeah, so let's talk about what we got going on. So right now, I was just looking at this and I could still see us drawing back up. Ignore the New Day opening gaps for a second. Into this same liquidity pool from yesterday, right? We have this massive consolidation here. We used it yesterday. Same kind of thing could happen today, actually, where you can see this is just a way higher um, transaction area right here. And it's untapped. And I know there's not a ton here, but like this whole area might get ran through. So, now shorts are playing out. Bang, bang. I think it's going to continue higher here, though. Well, the RTH gap did form to the downside, it looks like. That actually might... What might happen is we might go fill that and then go higher. Oh, there's a nice 15-second IPG here. With plenty of bullish SMTs. So we might go from this up to that liquidity pool. I don't think this is worth taking, but we'll see. The reason why is because it's not really clear to me if this is the bias or if the bias will be to fill the RTH gap. That's the main reason why. But I mean, this is a 15-second IPG with that liquidity pool above. But yeah, we swept out all these lows here. London swept out all these lows. So we might draw up to previous day's high here. Hey, what up, Medbach? Bro, sorry if I'm like a little tired today. I'm just here showing up, you know, treating this kind of like a job, just showing up. I'm super tired, and I'm gonna try my best, but I just fair warning, I am a little tired, but I'm still here. I'm gonna try my best, take the best trades I can, and yeah. So you just wanted to get that warning out. But if you're cool with that, I'm still trying my best here, and kind of trying to figure out what we got going on. Like I said, I am a little late to the market. It is what it is. So main thing right now, Medblock, is we do have this RTH gap below, and we also have a high transaction area above. So if I get rid of these new day opening gaps, right, we have this high transaction area above. You see this spike in volume and transactions. I know that's going to be a good draw on liquidity, which will also have previous days high above. Then we also have the RTH gap that just formed below. Well, one idea is I could wait for one of them to get filled and then target the other one. Meaning this RTH gap, right? So we have this RTH gap that just now formed. So we'll see. I mean, keep my options open. And yes, my chart looks messy, but this is kind of how I like to live trade, because I need to be able to see a lot of different things all at once. Well, I do kind of like having the chart clean. I don't know. It's complicated. That's why I need to remember to turn them off and on. We have a first presented for value gap here. So I kind of like the idea of utilizing this first presented for value gap right here near the bottom of the RTH gap to rebound and then draw higher. That's an idea that I have that I like, and we have a new day opening gap at the bottom here. Something to consider. And this is also true week open. So all the true opens will have been manipulated. Yeah, I think we long if we sweep out these lows. And then all the other true opens will get taken, so we don't need this up. We got equal lows here. Bro, now I fear entering trades. I fear I'm not ready. That's why for me I've just been trading on sim. There's no there's no downside with sim. I mean, obviously you want to be able to get consistent, but consistency is going to come from a place from conviction, not fear. And so you have to train yourself to look at the market through that lens. And I would just, for me, like do what I'm doing, which is just trade on sim. Just accept the process of your journey, and once you turn a small account, maybe you make a small account go up 30 or 50% using proper risk management. At that point, switch to a personal account and then do it for real. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have both of my accounts doing pretty well, paper accounts. So this account is up 22R, and this account is up 5R. So basically, like, my thoughts are, just just practice on sim, and it doesn't matter if it takes a while, but make sure you're basically ready, and prove you can do it, and then do it again with proper risk management, and then continue scaling it for the rest of your life. That's kind of my thoughts. So just don't fear, because there's nothing to lose, and once you've done it before, you'll know you can do it again. That's kind of my thoughts, and that's where I'm at as well. Oh, you retracted it. Yeah, dude. I'm glad that helped if it did. That's what I'd recommend, because there's no reason to lose real money. That's for sure. But I will say, you still have to treat it like it's real. Like, treat it like a professional, But that's not easy to do, but okay, so I was kind of thinking that we were going to get something like this, where we were going to draw up to this liquidity pool and then previous day's high. I was kind of thinking that. And you can see we have an inversion for value gap that kind of sponsored this. And you might be wondering, what about the equal lows? Honestly, guys, the thing about equal lows is they're a good draw on liquidity, but they're not. I don't know. They're not. From what I've seen, they're not be all end all. Like, I don't think. I kind of disagree with a lot of traders on equal lows. It's like get a good setup. It doesn't have to perfectly take the equal lows, because it might just leave the strong liquidity for later, and then it still go up. I've seen this happen a bit, so I don't know. It's kind of all based off of context, but okay. So we just took previous day high. and we took that massive liquidity pool. I am not quite sure if there's really much more a high transaction area up here. If there, I really don't think there is. Let me mark this out. Yeah, so like we've basically ran through this whole area. From here, I think we go lower because now we have the RTH gap below. Unless we want to come all the way through to here, which I guess is possible. Yeah, I guess that is possible. Yeah, I could have taken that inversion for value gap, huh? But you guys did hear me say that I wanted longs. Yeah, I mean, you could have taken this inversion, right? I think the 30-second is much more clear than the 1 minute. I think when you look at the... Yeah, it really didn't. I don't think the 1 minute looks good. I think the 30-second looks good. And this is something that's super weird is the 30-second IPG, I might treat it differently in my head than the 1 minute. The 1 minute did not look super obvious to me, but the 30-second actually does kind of look obvious. And it's one of those things where let's see if we have SMT, because I think that would have obviously been pretty nice. But yeah, so we have 3 stacked SMTs with this 30-second inversion, and I know we have this liquidity pool on previous days high above. So I would take this with full conviction had I seen this on the 30-second. Once again, you kind of have to see everything in the moment, but we got a nice pop off this low. And then let's get rid of equal lows here. Nice little pop off that low, 30-second inversion, run that up to the liquidity pool and previous day high. And like I said, I would take this with full conviction. And it's one of those things where maybe Dodgy wouldn't agree with this, but from my back testing, like, I have full conviction. Like this is such a quality 30-second IPG that I don't even necessarily need to know, like obviously the 1 minute does inverse here, but just based off of the 30-second, I have conviction in this trade. I mean, this is just something that I would say I would have conviction in based off of the signature and quality of this. So I think, you know, it really is personal preference. Like, what I'm saying is I would base this trade off the 30 seconds and not even really care about the 1 minute. And that's not something that Dodgy usually says to do, but it's I don't know, it's all context and based off of, you know, what makes sense to your back testing. This 30-second inversion is really good according to my back testing. But yeah, I like that 30-second IPG. Once again, I'm a little tired, so I didn't see it fast enough, but it's okay. Yeah, lots of SMTs here, though. We still have the RTH gap below, equal lows below. I mean, how much higher could we go here? Because, I mean, I guess I really need to get an understanding of the higher time frame. Because Dodgy's new setup? He has a new setup? What's his new setup? What the heck? Yeah, you know, higher time frame might hold higher power here because... Oh, yeah, this is a massive, chunky consolidation right here. So, that actually might go get hit. What's Dodgy's new setup? This 30-second IPG was perfect. I like it. I'd take this up to previous day high. I think that would have been a really nice trade. That'd be what? I'd go stop loss like here. Well, I'd do stop loss here because I want to risk 1 micro. So that'd be 3.36 R. That's fantastic. So I don't know. I'm kind of an idiot. Oh, the desktop setup? Nah, I haven't seen it. Is it good? Yeah, this trade right here is beautiful. I honestly wish I saw this, but you know what? That's okay. Once again, I'm a little tired. But yeah, I would have conviction in this because of the stacked SMTs. Once again, someone who's kind of like obsessed with equal lows might be like, well, the equal lows aren't taken. Like, you have to understand that equal lows, in my opinion, they're more long-term targets than short-term exact obsession spots. Like, I can tell that we sweep this low. We don't have to go hit those equal lows perfectly, and this is still going to work. He has a pool in the living room. What the... Bro, he's taking things to the next level, that's for sure. That's crazy. Pool in the living room? Dang, bro. Ah, man, maybe I just don't do anything because I liked that trade, honestly. And yeah, I know I needed to get on the charts earlier, but like I said, I'm super tired. I could not get up this morning, so at least I'm here. Like, my main thing is I'm just gonna keep showing up. But yeah, I don't know if I might not take trade right now because I'm just, obviously, you know, if I'm not in a state where I'm like if I'm not in a state where I'm gonna beat the market, probably shouldn't be trading. You know, so I'm chilling. Like, it's like part of trading is also understanding yourself. Like I could understand where I'm at right now and be like, yeah, like mentally, like not in the exact place to necessarily like take a trade if it's not screaming my name, and so I'm gonna be more precautious. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna take a trade. It means my defense levels might be a little higher, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna take a trade. I mean, it just kind of all depends. I'm just here showing up. That's exactly, that's what matters. So, so I think it's very possible. I am curious now about true opens. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, wow. We basically took all the true opens with the SMTs. So this trade was just perfect, in all honesty. We took all the true opens, so you can see there's that perfect manipulation. That's how I know we're not going to go to those equal lows. And then we go higher. So I would not be surprised here if at this point maybe we just continue up to that higher time frame draw on liquidity, this chunk of consolidation. What's interesting is if I go off of B adjust, then we're way above this consolidation. But this is the chart that matters, is the B adjust chart, and so we still have this liquidity pool. But yeah, you can see that was a perfect manipulation of all the true opens. Once again, it goes to show it's just a matter of being able to catch it in the moment. Like, I feel like had I seen all the evidence in the exact moment and been able to make an informed decision, I would clearly be able to say this is a excellent trade, right? We have stacked SMTs. We souped all the true opens. So midnight, 7:30, and then 90-minute true open. And then we went higher, and it's like, this is the kind of thing where I'm like, I've backed this so much that I'm going to have so much conviction when we inverse this. But it's kind of like piecing it together in the moment is kind of the hard part. And making sure you see it. Yeah, so we're probably drawing up into this massive consolidation here. I mean, it does make sense why market's going higher here. Anyway, just here showing up. This doesn't look obvious to me. Hey, Kirk. What's up, bro? Good to see ya. We manipulated all the true opens, had a 30-second IPG here. This was the trade of the day by far. I wasn't looking at it when I saw it. I wish I saw it. Beautiful. We also create this little dodgy OB right here that Dodgy always talks about on the inversion candle, which is super nice. And yeah, textbook right here. And one might say, oh, well, they didn't take the equal O's. It's like, we took the true opens. I love this, personally. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, good morning, everyone. We're just here. We're showing up. Trying to do the best we can. Please explain the dodgy OB. Yeah, so basically what that means is, what dodgy says is, when we get an inversion for value gap, if the inversion for value gap creates like this down candle before this violent close higher, this is going to be a higher probability OB. And Dodgy will talk about this in his videos a lot. Well, I don't know about a lot, but this is something that he's talked about before, where like the OB gets created, and then we get the closure, and it violates this OB at the same time, or not violates, but creates the OB at the same time. So the OB gets created on the inversion, so it makes the inversion better. Yeah, of course, bro. I should make a video on that. Yeah, so I am a little bit more defensive today, guys. I just kind of want to see something call my name. Hey, what up, Javier? I've just been watching. I haven't taken anything. I'm definitely a little bit more conservative. I missed the move, too. I'm more conservative because I feel like crap, and I was pretty tired earlier, and I did not get on the charts on time. So I just said, I'm going to be defensive, but if I had been fully aware and really in the zone, I would have liked to have taken this 30-second IFEG with stacked S&Ps, taking midnight open, 7:30 open, and then 90-minute true open perfectly, and then take this up to previous day high. Well, yeah, I guess previous day high. I think that'd be nice. I'd have conviction in that. And this would be 3.5R for me, so. Or 3.3R. But once again, I was kind of tired. I didn't see it in the moment. It's fine. It's a beautiful trade, though. We should probably be looking at the chart. So we're in a little bit of a consolidation. Yeah, I wanted to make a market recap yesterday, guys, but I'm trying my best. It's easy to fall behind on it. Yeah, I missed the move too. So we're getting displacement higher. I'm not so convinced in shorts when we still have this massive liquidity pool above. I think higher time frame will hold higher precedence, and it's looking to me like continuation towards this is very possible. Sorry for the mess on my chart here. Yeah, you can clearly see we inversed this 8-hour fair value gap here. So I'm not so convinced in shorts right now. This 8-hour inversion looks very, very nice for longs, especially with this consolidation above. That's just my 2 cents. So maybe we get some kind of IRL to ERL move here towards maybe this high. What's this high? Previous day high? We already took previous day high. So what is this? Previous week high? Nah, previous week high is all the way up here. Where's previous week high? Previous week high is right there. I think previous week high is decent drawn liquidity. I don't know for sure. Once again, I'm just playing by ear here. Should probably look at the low time frame chart. Make sure I don't get tunnel vision. Once again, we do have the RTH gap below. These are things to consider. Oh, you know why the 1 minute was a good inversion? Or at least why it was better than you would expect it to be? The reason this is better than you would expect it to be is because it's the first presented for value gap. Right? Because normally we wouldn't weight this inversion with a ton of priority because it's not super obvious. But you can see that it's actually a first presented for value gap inversion. And so this is actually a better trade because of that, in my opinion. So yeah, like I said, that 1 minute might not have been obvious, honestly. But the fact that it was a first presented for value gap inversion, it does increase my interest a little bit, right? That's just going on in the back of my head when I see that. Now, once again, I did not see that in the moment, unfortunately. So, so we had an outside bar, right? We had an outside bar here, not worth taking at all. It's just low time frame. I'm not seeing proper alignment of time and price, but I just want to point out that this is an outside bar. Right, because we have an old candle here. Oh wait, is it an outside bar? Psych, I'm an idiot. It's not an outside bar. Never mind. We did not take the low of this previous candle, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I was thinking on the 30-second. It's an implied outside bar because we take the low and then high. Once again, I'm not in a mindset. I'm playing more defensive. I'm gonna not force anything here, so I'm just chilling. Once again, y'all can take whatever trades you guys want to take. I'm just more defensive right now. I think that 30-second long just brilliant. Yeah, if I'm not feeling taking a trade, I'm not gonna force something that I don't like. If anything, right now I'm almost a little interested in shorts because we did actually break structure here. We got displacement lower. Now we're at OTE with bearish SMT. So these are things to consider, right? You catch that trade? I saw it just a little too late. I wish, bro. Jake, do you trade micros? Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't know how anyone could even trade minis unless you're like super, like, unless you're rich. And even then, I don't necessarily think trading minis is a good idea. Because it's like, unless you have like a big portfolio, I mean, there's just no point. You can make tons of money with micros. Why would I just? I feel like minis, like I said, minis is like for. I'm trading one micro on a $50,000 account. If I'm trading a mini, I need to have like probably at least like $1 million. I don't know. I feel like minis. I don't know why I would use a mini. Like I'm trading literally one micro on this account over here. That's $50,000 because, like, think about it. This is like in the real world. I don't need like 100% return. I mean, so I'm up. I've been risking 40 per trade on this. This is up 5R. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, obviously it's a little defensive on the $50,000 account, but I have a scaling plan, so. I have the scaling plan in my notes, so. Because I'm treating this exactly like I would treat a $2,000 account. That's why it's scaling slowly. Okay, we could look for this to inverse the downside. I don't know, man. I feel like at this point it's kind of forced. I like that sweep. I don't know. I kind of, like I said, I kind of think you prefer longs here, right? I don't know. There's not enough AMD for me to short, really. Maybe I'm just being indecisive. Because I feel like there's more people watching today. But yeah, like I'm just not seeing anything obvious. Yeah, so that could take us lower right there. Hey, that is, yeah. Yeah, so not bad of a trade here. This might just be a low time frame micro scalp, but this is playing out a little bit. Like, I would maybe just target that low. Once again, I'm not bearish, right? I don't know. This is not obvious right now. So I'm chilling. Yeah, like I said, if anything, we took the true open with S&T, so we might just continue higher. You know, we have a 1 minute for value gap. This actually might just help. This might just be a source for expansion higher. Yeah, we used this. Yeah, this might, maybe we inverse this to the downside. This might be shorts. I don't know. Wow. Like I said, I'm just being thoughtful here. Waiting for something absolutely obvious. For me, once again. Kind of almost feels like a consolidation, though. Right? We're trapped between this and this. Actually gives me inside bar vibes. Gives me inside bar vibes, right? So whichever side of this we break, it's probably going to continue in that direction. Like, this is a implied inside bar from my back testing. What I mean by that is, on the 5 minute, if I merge these candles together, this would create an inside bar. If I merge this one, this one, this one. Okay, I am waking up a little bit. Thanks to my energy drink. Shout out my rain. But yeah, like I said, this is the issue, is like all the good trades end up happening pretty early in the morning. And so you really, if you don't catch them, it's like, well, then you end up getting this. Once again, like, there was maybe this 1 minute gap and then low time frame change in state. And I'm not saying there wasn't, it's just not worth it for me, right? On the 15 minute, makes sense. Yes, like I said, this could have been good for you. It just wasn't. It's not worth it for me. It's too low time frame for not enough conviction. I'm nothing against low time frame trades. I like them. It just requires a lot of conviction in the specifics of what's going on. So 1 minute for value. You can see how this is played out here. Even though it's a low time frame trade, this is played out where we have a order block, so a change in state. We have a 1 minute for value gap, 5 second change in state, inducement of this low here. So I like to call this flow state inducement because you enter for higher RR as an inducement below the change in state, and then boom, delivery higher. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like consolidation to me. Not a fan, to be honest. Like I said, the 8-hour inverse to the upside, so market's probably going to be bullish. And we have this consolidation above. Oh, that 15-second inversion was nice. Once again, did not see this. But I don't mind this at all. We had stacked SMTs. Actually delivering from the rejection block. And I would mark it out like this. So, bang. Okay, maybe I lied about being tired. I don't know. Yeah, this is boring. Seems like we're just going back and forth here. For value gap on the 5-second. Could be a 2022 model on the 5-second. The reason I say that is we swept out the high. But like I said, I'm not interested in this low time frame nonsense right now. So plus, you know, if this is an inside bar, we just broke the high of it, so I mean, this actually doesn't look bad as a 2022 model, like I just said. So you guys see it, right? We have just a giant accumulation and then a sweep, displacement lower for value gap that formed at equilibrium of this displacement. but it's just not. It's the 5 second chart, and I'm not convinced in shorts at all. Higher time frames bullish. I can never find the 2022 for value gap. Where is it? Yeah, this might just deliver us down to whatever. I'm not taking this. For all I know, we're about to inverse this, right? It's very bullish price action. We utilize this for value gap. Yeah, I would say 1 minute breaker right here. We're probably going to get 5 second change in state or 15 second change in state off of this. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing here. Like, I just feel like everything's forced. But I am still going to be watching the charts, at least till the end of my live trading window, so. Higher time frame still bullish. I like this new day opening gap. Given high resistant vibes. Nope, that's the wrong one. Previous day high there, previous week's high here. Not previous day high, but a previous day high. I think targeting this is logical. Still bullish SMTs. Okay, I'm gonna look to long in just a second. New True Open was just made. We have this reclaimed 1 minute for value gap that's been used 1, 2, 3 times. So it's supercharged. Right, plenty of bullish SMTs to go around here. Near the opening gap. We've dug pretty deep below this near the opening gap. There we go. There we go. Actually, it's not obvious on the... Is this obvious? 30 seconds obvious. 30 seconds obvious. Alright, I'm placing a limit order right there for 2. I don't want to force it. 30 seconds obvious. Oh man, I missed it. And just like that, if you're not thoughtful about it, so you're waiting for it to go 710. I don't think it's gonna go there. I think it's high resistant. Yeah, like I said, I have to be very careful because if it's not textbook according to my back testing, I can't take it. So even if I have an idea in mind, it doesn't mean I can take it unless it's like my mind right before I execute. It's like, okay, is this a trade that you've back tested? And if it's not, then I can't take it. Watch this 30-second gap. If this inverses, this could be really nice. We'll see. Or not. Looks like we're rejecting the new day opening gap here. This is where things get fun, because all of a sudden this turns low resistant very fast. Looks almost like Wyckoff a little bit, actually. Yeah. Might actually be Wyckoff here. Like that. Like boom, 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 boom. Now we're back testing this. Yeah, this 1 minute gap is inversing here. Okay, it looks like we're gonna go back down. Rejecting this old new day opening gap. You might get it. You're gonna long. Yeah, we just swept out the equal lows. Ooh. That kind of looks good. Yeah, we definitely we use this. Maybe just use the rejection block. I don't know. Still have the bullish SMT. But if it wants to go lower, it will. I'm not gonna hold. I'm not gonna tell it can, because it can. We're up above all the true opens, so. I don't know. I kind of think we'll have continuation to this old previous day high. Yeah, there we go. We still have these triple equal lows swept. With SMT. Alright. This ain't looking bad now, actually, for longs. Once again, this could end up being low resistant. But it's also possible this is Wyckoff and then backtesting the new day opening gap and then instant dumps. Yep, that's why I didn't do anything. See, there you go. That 5-second 2022 model that I pointed out way long ago is at like 10R now, which is just crazy. Goes to show if you just take 2022 models and just kind of like trade them mechanically, you can get crazy RR for absolutely no reason. It's a very mechanical way to trade. If you like mechanical ways to trade, I'd say 2022 model is pretty nice. And I did point this out at the beginning of, or when this happened. We still have bullish SMTs. Alright, I'm gonna chill out. was 5 points away from your entry. Dang, bro. So, yeah, this ended up being Wyckoff. And I know there's no triple sweep, but ignore this erroneous this wick. All of a sudden it is Wyckoff, right? Where we have a high, a higher high, a higher high, higher high, bang, and then we just deliver lower. So I would consider this Wyckoff right here. And then 2022 entry was right here for the 5 second. Yeah, 5 second and 15 second. Both had their entry right here. And then we obviously had the higher time frame entry. Right? Yeah, we had a higher time frame one right here. Whack off. Bro. Whack off, bro. Like, basically what I mean when I say that is like just like it just looks like this, where you just have like a high, a higher high, a higher high, and then usually the 2022 model forms at this lower high. So like high, higher high, higher high. And I know this isn't a higher high, but yeah. I would consider this Wyckoff just because of the way that it looks with A, M, D, but high, higher high, higher high, and then 2022 entry. Anyway, I still think higher time frame is bullish. We'll probably get continuation up here fairly soon. Now, where's the true opens at? Because we are below the true open. What is this? This is an old first presented for value gap. Man, it's really, you have to really be patient here. I'm not gonna lie. Whoops. I don't know. It's not like it very well could continue to fill this void. Like, that's the issue, right? I might be looking for longs when the answer was actually shorts up here. And I don't know. I'm trying to be thoughtful, but sometimes you do have to make executive decisions even when you don't know, and like, I understand that. I like this hippo right here, hidden interbank price point. It's kind of nice. On the 5 minute. So there's a 5 minute gap there. Yeah, 30 seconds getting a little change in state. You know what? This is looking like a 2022 model. I do not mind this at all, actually. Let's try this. Guys, I say let's try this. This is looking... Oh! Come on, bro. I was just about to take it. I was literally just about to take it. No. No, 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 no. Come back. But the reason I say this is we got displacement. We formed a fair value gap within a higher time from AMD. Alright. I'm going to try this. If we soup this low. Then again, maybe I need to be careful here. Do we soup the low? Let's just do it, bro. I don't care. Or I could wait for us to, you know, inverse this gap. Yeah, we're in premium, but also I could see us having a continuation to uh, this higher time frame consolidation. That's why, but I could be super wrong. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything, y'all. I was obviously wrong about that. Yeah, that would have been a bad trade. So this Wyckoff thing is playing out. Sorry guys, I know, I'm not doing anything. I know, I am. I don't know. I am just trying to be thoughtful, and I don't know. Sometimes the 2022 models can be fun, but they're very high RR, and they can easily be wrong, and so I do be kind of hesitant with them. I don't know. But yeah, this is kind of looking like Wyckoff here. Or like I said, this was looking like that 1, 2, 3, and then classic just expansion lower afterwards. So I don't know. Definitely could have been like I was thoughtful, and I think that's okay. But you're right, Medbog, and that's why you have to, think for yourself, like you said. For if you think like, yeah, aren't we in premium? What is Jake doing? Call me out on that. Call me out on that, 'cause I'm not. I am very far from perfect. That is for sure. New Day opening gap worked nice as a rejection here. This is the start of the macro, and so you can see we started getting expansion right at 1050. Trading's hard, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Trading is just hard. It is just hard. There's no way around it. It's just hard, right? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's not, because it is. I do think that when we come back up here, this will be nice for longs, but I don't know. We do have the RTH gap below. That could be where market is drawing. It's tricky. Just trying my best. How does that 8-hour inversion look? Did we still... Yeah, so you can see why I'm a little bullish. It's because this 8-hour did inverse to the upside. So I would think we maybe come up to this consolidation. That's kind of what I was thinking. But... yeah, now it actually might be CRT. Yeah, you can see there's a 30-minute CRT type of thing. $15-minute about to inverse the downside. Now we have the first center for value up here. And we have this gap. There you go. Body's respecting that. Dodgy inverse to the 15 on the 15-second. Problem is we have the RTH gap below. Who knows? Does the market want to go there? Maybe, right? That is an issue. It's like conflicting draws and liquidity. One way you can pretty easily determine how far we're gonna go though is by identifying the manipulation leg, and that does put us in the range of we need to go lower. But yeah, look at this. Look at the new day opening gap there. It's kind of fun. Yeah, dude, that was a good trade. Props to him for taking that. That was a good trade. This might be nice. I mean, I'm just a little concerned about the RTH gap below. So, yeah, because if we imagine this is so this is probably a higher time frame sell model. We might want to use this gap from over here. Bro, this once again, this is one of the reasons why I disagree with Dodgy, because perfect equal lows below don't mean it's all or nothing. I personally think that trade was perfectly fine as long as you understood the signature, the context, the draw on liquidity, and the fact that equal lows don't control the market, like to the extent that Dodgy says they do. Like, equal lows are just one of many draws on liquidity. If we get close enough to those equal lows and then reverse before we hit them, to me it's the same as like going up towards London high and then reversing at the rejection block. It's not be all end all in my opinion. So this is one of those things where I will disagree with Dodgy. Like, I do what makes sense according to my backtesting. So you can see what I'm saying now, right? This is like a 15-minute reclaimed gap. And then if we want, we can frame this market maker sell model. I like this 1 minute change in state. With that in mind, we might go for projections here. Yeah, Dodge is a little harsh. Man, I don't know. There's nothing obvious for me. This is tricky. Yeah, so London low. So this is interesting, guys. We have this move lower that took out. London took out this low, right? All right, sounds good, bro. Sorry, I've been so hesitant and stuff, but you know what? I did not see anything that I loved, so I just had to chill. But yeah, sounds good, bro. Good to see you again. See you tomorrow. I kind of like that Reaper gap because um, it's the break inside the breaker where London took the low. And we might be coming back to 0.705. Oh, thanks. Yeah, bro. I'm glad I'm glad I'm helpful. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because I'm obviously being undecisive, but it's because I am undecisive, right? I mean, objectively, I am just undecisive right now. That is just where I'm at. Yeah. Market might be looking for, I don't know, like it might be looking for a very specific low. Sometimes that happens. It is approaching the end of my live trading window. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, I don't know. With the RTH gap being below and really, dude, I want to hear it, bro. Yeah, with the RTH gap being below, but also the potential for a reversal. I don't know. This is just hurting my brain. I think I'll probably just chill out. Because once again, like, if the market does reverse, we'll have a low resistance clear run to the upside. But the RTH gap's the downside. So it's a very confusing situation that I'm not really willing to trade right now. So But I am just watching. Kind of. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. You could have tried to um, look for shorts off of first one for value gap getting rejected here. You could have tried for something like that, like boom boom. But there's, in my opinion, there's nothing obvious. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing any obvious trades per se. Say price breaks the ranges of the inside bar but closes back in the side of the ranges, you can get the reversal. Oh, that makes total sense. Makes total sense. We just took a true open. What one was this? We just took midnight. We did just take midnight. Don't mind this IFG here. Okay, let's go ahead and try this.
Order filled.
And I might just go break even there. I'll go break even when we take this high. Okay, stop loss needs to get placed. What am I doing? Did I play? Oh, I did place it. I did place it. I'll play stop actually right there. Alright, I'm gonna go break even here. This will be my only trade for the day. And, yeah, I guess, I'm just gonna see if this runs, I guess. I mean, I don't need to go break even, but I just don't see any draws on liquidity to the upside besides all this. So it's just one of those trades where if we don't go up there, then I don't want to be in it. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to target. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing to target. I don't know if it's gonna work out. Like, I like the inversion, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't see anything to target. This is most likely gonna be a break-even trade. I'm just gonna target this rejection block. That's 1.3R.
Stop filled.
Alright, break even. Yeah, I don't know. That trade was kind of weird because the signature on that was really good, but there's no draws and liquidity to the upside. And we have the RTH gap below. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Yeah, that I honestly I kind of regret that trade because I'm not gonna lie, there's no draws and liquidity to the upside. So even though we have good signature, like what am I doing? There's no draws and liquidity. That was kind of pointless. All right. Yeah.